And if you really listen to that,
Right.
then you're not going to be able to focus on your personal motivation because you're going to believe it.
That's right.
You're going to believe what they're saying about you. It's not true. You
Yes.
know, that is not who you are. They don't define you.
That's right.
They may say these things, they may say you can't, you won't, but that does not define you.
That's
You
right.
motivate you. You define who you are. You know who you are.
Right. And you don't let anyone stop you from achieving your destiny. You have a purpose in life. You're focused. And no one's going to stop you. You know, if you look at things, there are so many reasons why you could be negative.
Yeah.
There's so many people that published before you. There's so many people that graduated. There's so many people with experience. Doesn't mean that there's not room for you.
Right.
You have special abilities right here, right now. Listening to this, being able to watch this, you're alive.
You're
and you have
special.
You have these incredible abilities, but maybe no one told you about them. And you could transfer those skills. When I was on Wall Street 15 years as an executive, most of the people making the most money, the traders, the managers, the CEOs, the managing directors, usually had something else going on in life. Maybe they played the piano. Maybe they played basketball. Maybe they were good at golf. And maybe they were good at some sport. And this is one of the things I talk about, because when I go into these classrooms and I help fourth graders think about their career, a lot of them want to be basketball players and football players, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I tell them one important thing. Say, my father was a great football player. But you know what? Not to knock my father, it was a different time. He got a good high school degree, but he didn't go on to college because he had to go to war. But he had scholarships to Champlain, Dartmouth. He could have been a pro football player. But you know, when I teach students in college, especially when I was at St. Peter's College, now St. Peter's University in Jersey City, I was their professor. I graded them. They have to have high grades to be on the football team.
Wow.
You can't be on the football team without high grades. So you have to be scholastically and know what you're doing to be able to rise to the opportunity to be that football. You want to throw the football, you have to have good grades. You want to have good grades, with good grades, you may be able to throw the football.
You know, one thing that I thought was amazing that you just mentioned was how you were saying, like, how when you worked on Wall Street, these people that hold these high positions, they had something else going on. They had something, there was something else besides that specific job that they were doing. And that just tells you about the creativity and the mindset of high achievers.
Right.
Because when you're a high achiever, when you're a highly motivated person, you always have something brewing.
That's right.
There's something going on. There's something else that you're trying to do or trying to achieve, or another way or another idea. And you're constantly telling yourself, I know, I can, I will, I can do it like this, I can do it like that. So it's a constant a mental or a brain type of situation that's going on, that's churning on
right.
different things. And I thought that was a great point.
Thank you. One of the things that you have to think about is creativity and innovation. We forget that. We come up with a creative idea, someone tells you that's not good right now. We don't need that idea. We have too much going on. Don't forget these creative ideas. Creativity is part of our makeup. If I read a story on Camden, New Jersey, being a city that's engaged in some trauma right now, trying to reestablish itself, I immediately thought that would be a great movie, Camden.
Wow.
A movie about what's going on there, and then maybe, how we could help them. Sometimes what you see is these creative things come into your mind, and you have to put them aside. But it's okay to entertain them.
Right.
But the focus is, and this is very key, and I want your listeners to, listen to me on this one. The key here is to focus on what you want to accomplish as your major goal. If these creative ideas come in, and entertain them and enjoy thinking about them, but always go back to your major goal. Because
Yes.
if I wanted to talk about film, I might have to go and get a degree as a director. If I wanted to get into say being an actor, I probably need to go and study acting. So I have to think about it, enjoy it, see how I could bring that into what I'm trying to accomplish, but focus on what I'm trying to accomplish. That's where most of your skill has
So
to be.
you have to stay specific to whatever it is that your primary goal is.
That's right.
But then look at other things that can help that primary goal.
Exactly. Like, for instance, I'm a professor, so I like acting. So when I'm in class, I tell the story about the frog and the scorpion, right? And I'm acting, right? So, you could look at how, say, I like meditation or I like being mindful. So in class, I'll talk about deep relaxation techniques and becoming more mindful. So you enjoy these creative things, but you bring it back in. And, for someone, say, that's focused on, say, becoming a football coach at high school, then they're good at football, they study other coaches, and then they go to school and they see how they could learn teamwork and how they could learn camaraderie and conflict resolution and all these things. So be creative and enjoy it, but stay focused on your goal. And one of the things that I think, drawing back to what you said earlier, is establishing a goal and finding the right goal. Mm-hmm. That's something that people don't understand.
They don't really know what their niche is. You gotta have an idea of, and be very specific to what it is that you're created for. Because I believe that everybody's created to do something specific.
Right.
I mean, that's just me. I just believe that we all have a specific purpose in this life, and we're supposed to bring something to this world.
You get your life on purpose, and you realize that you were created for a reason. You're special. Exactly. You were born into this world to accomplish something. What that is for you is different. So what we have to do, you and I, is try to reach people to find that inner core of what they're meant to be. And, you look at movies like The Dead Poets Society. The boy wanted to be an actor. He was good at it. But his father wanted him to go to Harvard. What did the boy end up doing? Tragic movie. Don't recommend, certain ages shouldn't watch that movie. But the story itself is very powerful in that don't hold your child back from accomplishing something. Encourage them to do so. And try to take something that they're good at and see how they could help others.
And speaking of helping others, what are some of the things you're doing in the community right now?
One of the things I do is I help fourth graders in what we call Kids in the Power of Work for Miami-Dade school systems, where we go in and we teach 8 lessons and we take them on a tour of an organization. And we have so many different organizations that are opening their arms to the community and reaching out to help these young kids understand now in 4th grade what their career is going to look like. And we talk about attitude, how to have a good attitude, how to have a good work ethic, how to work in teams, how to set goals. We even have creative things where we have them set up a plan, create a movie script of how you would change an attitude, things like that. And these are some of the things I'm doing. Besides that, I'm out talking and motivating people. I do free presentations in the Women's Park for the GEM Girls Empowering Mentorship at Miami Women's Park. And what I do is I try to help people look at the obstacles, face them, but find what's their inner core, what they're good at, and then just do more of it. The key is to reach out to the masses. If you're good at, say you're a car mechanic, working in your garage, take it into a franchise and reach the masses, and then employ many people and teach the skills to people in the community, and start building this campaign to help others. We always hear pay it forward.
Yes.
So you pay back. Whatever you could do, go out and give it away.
It's your responsibility.
It's your responsibility, and the only thing that you could hope for is that people accept it. You're willing to give it, but people may not be willing to accept it. We have to hope that people are more acceptable of others that want to help the community.
Dr. Prov, I accept your motivation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
My
Really
pleasure.
appreciate it. I say thank you for this conversation, your energy, and your motivation. Thank you.